exactly remember how long. Oh, but they did say I was in training longer than any other conductor ever.
Let's see. Folks, why don't I tell you Mr. Hershey's story? After all, he is an inspiration to us all. For instance, did you know that he was only 15 when he began as a candy-making apprentice in Lancaster? And at the young age of 19, he decided to set out on his own to start his very first candy business in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, where he found his fortune. Now he can sing.
No, Wilbur. Things did not go well for young Milton. After 6 years of trying and the high cost of sugar, it caused his business to go bankrupt. But he didn't give up. He kept on trying. He went to Colorado with his father where he met a candy maker who taught him how to add fresh milk to his candies, making them chewier, tastier, and longer lasting. Pretty soon, Milton was off to Chicago to try again, but failed again, and then again in New Orleans.
Sugar bills?
Apparently, but he kept on trying. In 1884, he set up shop in New York City, and by 1886,
Bankrupt.
sugar bills.
But he kept on trying. Does this guy ever give up?
No, he doesn't. He returned to Lancaster determined to try one last time. He convinced his dear Aunt Martha to mortgage her house so that he could start the Lancaster Caramel Company.
Don't you mean the Lancaster Chocolate Company?
No, Wilbur. At that time, chocolate was not well known in the United States. Most people don't know that Mr. Hershey's very first success was actually in caramels.
Wait, what success? You just said he failed 4 times.
And he almost failed in Lancaster as well. But just a few days before the bank was coming to foreclose on dear Aunt Martha's house, he received a large order for his caramels from England, of all places.
He did?
Yes, and more orders came in until pretty soon Mr. Hershey was out of debt. He discovered that the Europeans were taking his caramels and coating them in something very special. That's right, chocolate.
Aha.
So, he made a startling announcement. At the turn of the century, he sold his now successful Lancaster Caramel Company for $1 million.
Well, the next thing you know, old Milt's a millionaire. He says to himself, Milt, move away from there. He says Dairy Church is the place he ought to be. So we moved to these cornfields and built a factory. Chocolate that is smooth, creamy, and delicious.
You had to do that, didn't you, Wilbur?
Sorry. I guess I get a little carried away sometimes. Oh, look, we're here at the center of the sweetest place on earth, Chocolate Town, USA. And right up there is a very famous intersection of Chocolate and Cocoa Avenues. Oh, and here are the Hershey Kiss streetlights. They're my favorites.
Yes, folks, we are currently turning on to Chocolate Avenue. And what else would we find lining Chocolate Avenue other than Hershey Kisses? If you look up and out like Wilbur is, you can see the famous Hershey Kiss streetlights.
You know, these are the only diet kisses that Hershey makes.
Why is that?
Because they're made out of white chocolate.
Yes, folks, there are 128 Hershey Kiss streetlights lining Chocolate Avenue, and as you can see, they alternate between the wrapped and the unwrapped. Now, in just a moment, coming up on your left is going to be the site of Mr. Hershey's original chocolate factory.
Wow, here's where it all began.
But that's right, Wilbur. Mr. Hershey began construction of this factory in 1903, and for over 100 years it was producing chocolate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Busy factory workers were making about 2 million Hershey bars every single day.
Wow, that's 25 every second.
That's right, Wilbur. Before this factory was retired a few years ago, it was producing about 30 million Hershey Kisses every day. But now, in our new factory just across town, we're producing about 70 million Hershey Kisses each and every day.
Unbelievable.
But it's true.
No, I mean it's unbelievable that we still haven't done any singing.
All right, Wilbur. We do have some more time before we get to our next stop. So why don't we sing Sentimental Journey and you can start us off.
Yeah.
Folks, it's on your song sheets. Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. I got my bags, I got my reservations. Spent each time I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation, I long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waking up for heaven, counting every mile of trolley track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. What Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey. Sentimental journey home. Very nice singing, folks. You're getting a lovely view of the west course of the Hershey Country Club and the Spring Creek.
Oh, which is not a river of chocolate. Trust me, I learned that the hard way.
Okay, Wilbur. Actually, Mr. Hershey kept a pair of trousers at his house and in the factory for when he went to play golfing in case he got a hole-in-one. All right. When Mr. Hershey finished construction of his factory in 1905, it was time to move on to his house. So, we have a very special treat for you all. We have been given exclusive permission to enter the grounds of Mr. Hershey's home, High Point Mansion. Now, High Point Mansion is normally closed to the public, but the Trolley Works has been given extra special permission to take our guests onto this property. So, it's an absolutely gorgeous sight. So you might want to get your cameras ready.
Oh, wait, stop the trolley!
What is it, Wilbur?
I forgot my camera.
That's all right, Wilbur. You don't need your
You know what?
camera.
I live right over there. I'll just get my camera and be right back. You won't even miss me.
Oh, wait, Wilbur! You can't get off in the middle of the... George, you left me.
Yeah, I know. He said you wouldn't miss him.
I guess I won't miss him. I guess there's no reason we can't head up to the mansion and maybe Wilbur will catch up with us there. As we come over the hill on your right, you're getting a lovely view of High Point Mansion. And this will give me another great opportunity to tell you more about Mr. Hershey. When Mr. Hershey started out, chocolate was a European luxury item. In 1893, he purchased some chocolate rolling equipment and began coating his caramels in chocolate. But in 1897, he had a more radical idea. He would set out with nothing but raw determination to create an entirely new chocolate recipe from scratch. He would use the techniques that he learned in Colorado and begin adding fresh milk to his chocolate to create a unique taste. The instant success of his affordable milk chocolate led to his decision to stake his entire future on milk chocolate alone and to build the world's largest chocolate factory. However, at this time, it was just a small village called Dairy Church. So many people thought Mr. Hershey was crazy for building out here in what they thought was the middle of nowhere.
Crazy! Crazy, you say? Well, that's the trouble with most folk. No imagination. Oh, excuse me, my name's Henry Hershey.
Henry Hershey, well, you're Milton's father.
Oh, yes. Just call me Papa Hershey. Everyone else does.
Oh, well, it's a real honor to meet you, sir.
Just call me Papa. Say as I was out here on my walk, I saw a fellow that looked like one of yours, dressed up like your motorman here. Do you know him?
Ah, yes, that must have been Wilbur. He's supposed to be helping me show our guests around town.
Hold on there. What about me?